Congratulations on making it to Chapter 6 of the Complete Web Developer course. So now you've looked at a range of different front-end technologies, that is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, and Twitter Bootstrap. They've allowed you to create responsive and interactive websites that look pretty good. So where does WordPress fit in? Well, WordPress is a content management system, or CMS. Essentially, it's a platform for creating and editing a website. It was initially designed for blogs, but has moved far beyond that and now powers a significant proportion of the whole internet. It's built on PHP and MySQL, so after you've completed those sections, you'll really be able to customize it and change it however you like. But in this chapter, we're just going to look at how it can be used to create really great looking websites very quickly. It has the advantage of not requiring much coding knowledge to maintain a website in WordPress. You can update it purely from the web interface. So that means if you're creating a website for a client, you can present them with their WordPress website, it looks great, and they can update it themselves without having to contact you. So let's get set up straight away with WordPress. So there's the WordPress.org homepage. You can spend a few minutes clicking around and reading around there to get an idea of what's going on there. And you can also download and install WordPress directly from the WordPress.org homepage. However, most web hosts, including Eco Web Hosting, with whom you have your free hosting, will give you a WordPress blog installation script included in the hosting. So to get there, if you're using your free web hosting, go to ecowebhosting.co.uk/cp/list domains, and any domains that you've created will be listed there. If you haven't created one yet and you're not sure how, go back to the videos in the first chapter and they'll show you how to do it. So clicking on the domain name there takes you to the control panel, and from the control panel you can do all manner of things, but we'll just focus on installing WordPress blog. So even though it's called WordPress blog, it's not limited to blogs. You can use WordPress for any kind of website. So I'm going to use a subfolder of WordPress, but you might want to install it just directly in the root of your domain name. There we go. I'm going to use the temporary URL. Remember, if you want to use the live URL, you need to actually purchase the domain name. So there we go. We now get the WordPress installation. So I'm just going to call mine demo site. I'm going to have a username of Rob Percival. And then for now, I'll use a very simple password. For WordPress sites, they are very commonly targeted by hackers, simply because the platform is extremely popular. So there are two things to bear in mind about that. Firstly, you should make your password as complicated as you possibly can and not write it down anywhere. And secondly, you'll definitely want to keep your WordPress installation up to date. That means updating it every time that an update is released. Otherwise, if you let it get out of date, it is very likely to be hacked. So I'll use my email address there and install WordPress. Won't take long. There we go. So we're ready to go straight away. So I'm going to use Rob Percival and my very unsecure password. And that should get us in. So this is the WordPress control panel. And this is where you'll be doing the editing of your site and the design of it, and essentially anything to do with the administration of your website. If you want to see what the site itself looks like, you can do that too. So at the moment, that's what it looks like. We've got a logo here, a menu down the left, and some content in the center. So not much to look at, but in the next video, we'll see how we can add content and start to improve on what we've got so far.